Hello and thank you for joining. The title today is Let Your Purpose Be God's Purpose. And I'm coming from the book of Matthew, chapter 6, verse 10. And it's just this simple. When Jesus was talking to the disciples and they were wondering how to pray, he made it very clear to them one specific thing. And it was more than what I'm going to share tonight. But my focus is that one part Jesus told them. He was telling them to make sure, he told them to make sure they said, "Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven." So when you unpack that, and if you are a believer following Jesus, and it gets frustrating when the plans that you feel should have unfolded by now and they're not, and it just seems like you've been questioning, okay, what is it that I'm to do? A better question would be, how is God's purpose to be fulfilled through me? And when you break it down in that aspect, that's a good way of letting God know that his purpose matters through you. And because he is so precise, his timing is so perfect, most likely you will start to see the benefit of that. Because, it could be that if you were not really ready or prepared yourself in such a way to even acknowledge him, to find out what his purpose is for you or what his purpose is through your life, then honestly speaking, why would he want to disclose that? So if he has a purpose for you, well, if he wants to fulfill his purpose through you and you're really not open to that, then technically you're just going about things the way you want to live it without understanding his purpose. But if you really, really want to be right and you're really concerned about him, then it just seems that he would make himself clear to you on how he wants to fulfill his purpose through you. So think about that, okay? When you are concerned about the timing of your life, certain things coming to pass or certain things not coming to pass, is it about you or is it about his purpose through you? Remember, they prayed or was taught to pray, "Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven." So we make it about the Lord Jesus, Yahweh, his Father, our Father who created us, then you really can't go wrong. And if you make it about you as far as trying to fulfill your purpose over God's purpose, then it may be more challenging. When I say more challenging, I say that because sometimes people take for granted that because it's God's purpose that there will be no concerns to address. But even though it's God's purpose, you still want to make sure you are aware that the enemy doesn't like that. He doesn't want God's purpose. So God strategically decides to use you, and he trusts you, okay, to fulfill his purpose or allow him to fulfill his purpose through you. So he's going to make it happen. As long as you're yielded, you will definitely get it done. And when you think about your purpose and what you want versus God's purpose, sometimes it'll go smoothly for you because that is a trick of the enemy, that when things are going really, really well all the time, not saying that you want things not to go well, But make sure that you examine the path you're on to know for sure that if it's going very well, is it going well because you're doing what you want to do, or is it going well because you're truly in the path that God told you to be on? And that's what you really want to examine for yourself. And no one can do that better for you than you, because it's you and God, okay? And you might have conversations with other people, but you have to be really open to hear Him through any source that He chooses to use to speak to you. Well, I hope these words have found you well. And until the next time you sit with me, God bless you. Enjoy your tea.